Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Financial Education channel. So today's video I am so excited to do. It is business tips and it's from my own perspective on owning my own business. I've owned my own business for a little over 6 months now, probably 6-7 months. And I have a lot of things I've been dealing with and going through with that business that I want to pass on to you guys for knowledge in case you ever want to start up a business, and some mistakes I made that you can avoid. Now, the reason I wanted to do this video is I think it's very important to get it from a perspective of mine that I'm actually in it and I'm going through it and I'm in the first year of starting that business. A lot of times if you look online for business advice, it'll be from huge CEOs like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or a lot of those guys, which are extremely successful business people. They have a ton of good advice. But the problem is they've been running billion-dollar companies for such a long time that their advice and their thoughts are really on running a billion-dollar business. Their thoughts aren't on, from day one, going from scratch, going from this and building up, and then making this mistake and going from there. Their mindsets are way out there, and they have great advice if you have a huge business and you get to that point someday, but they don't have a lot of good advice for the very startup, the grind stuff that I'm going to talk about today. So, first thing, advice I would give you. When I started my business, which is basically what I started my business for, is to do luxury real estate videos. That's all I started it to do. And how I approached it was I looked at the Nevada market and I said, okay, there's a lot of $1 million homes. There's hundreds of homes priced over $1 million, and that's a market I can go after. So I thought in my head, it's a pretty big market. Even if I can get 10% of those homes, that's doing well. Well, that's not really the right way I should have looked at it. The way I should have looked at it is how many $1 million homes are being listed per year and how many realtors already have a videographer they use that's doing them a good job. When I went into it, I was very naive and I thought, I don't think there's anybody doing anything like what I'm doing. And I should be able to just come in and take a ton of market share. Not really the right way, because there are a few people that are already doing what I'm doing. They might not be doing it the exact same way. They might not be doing it quite as good as I'm doing it, and they might not be doing it for the price point. And those are some of the things I can win customers over with. But at the end of the day, some people, they like to stick with their guy or their gal they already like. So that is number one advice I would give starting a business. Really look at the market, do some analytics on it, and figure out how big the potential market is. Step number 2, there's no way I was going to make it just as a videographer doing luxury real estate. Very quickly, probably 3-4 months into the business, I figured out, okay, this isn't going to work just doing luxury videos. And customers started coming to me asking about if I did still pictures, aerial photos, and things like that. So I really had to begin to broaden my base. So that's step number 2, is make sure you're ready and prepared to broaden your base. And another part, step number 3, is make sure you can do whatever your customer or potential customer needs. Step number 4, try to never say, I can't. Try to never say, I can't do something. Tell the customer if they want something that you don't currently do, tell them, okay, give me a minute. I'll call you back later today. I'll email you back, whatever. I think I can make that happen for you. And then figure it out. Think in your head. Only if it's 100% not possible, 100%, you need to come back and say, yes, I can. Because that potential customer is a potential long-term customer and someone that's going to help you really get you off the ground. But if you say, like in those days, I didn't offer aerial photography. I didn't offer still photography. I kind of knew how to do them a bit, but I didn't offer it as a professional service. But when those customers came to me, I said, I'll call you back a little later today. I'm going to think about this and whatnot. I called them back and I did it. And I did a pretty dang good job. I did a good enough job to satisfy the customer. And then those customers became longer term customers and did more projects and more things that I could sell to them and whatnot and have them be successful. So try to never say, I can't do something. problem solve. That is part of being in business. It's a huge step of being in business and owning your own business. Being able to problem solve, being able to take care of that customer 100%. That's step number 5. Be able to satisfy your customer 100% by any means necessary. Make sure these early day customers are as happy as can be, because they are your everything at this point. They're your everything. They're the only way you're going to step up and get the next customer and the next customer if those original ones are 100% satisfied. Whatever it takes, things are going to happen. That's step number 6. A lot of things are going to happen that you did not expect to go that way, and they're going to go bad. Something's going to go wrong. I've had many things on a photo job or whatnot where technology fails. I had a important customer at the time this past winter, and I get to the client's house. My drone won't start up, so I can take pictures of the property, and that's all I was there to do. The drone won't start up. I had a problem solve. I had to go to Best Buy. I had to buy a new drone because I could not figure it out any way to do it. I had to send the other one in for repair, and that stunk. I mean, I have the other drone sitting there on the floor. That was another $700 down the tube, and that was only like a $69 job. So I spent $700 on a new drone for a $69 job. But you know what? I satisfied the customer. I didn't look unprofessional, like, oh, my drone's broken, so, I can't do anything for you now. It's going to be 2 weeks. That would have been unrealistic. I would have lost a customer for life, probably. So those are some of the biggest business tips in the early days I can share with you guys, and some of the things I've gone through that I've learned from. And I wish I would have known this stuff before, and I wish I would have taken different approaches. It would have made my life easier in the earliest days, those first few months. But starting business is not easy. It's not easy. And you need step number 7, the last step I'm going to give you guys today. Be prepared for rejection. It's going to come a lot of rejection your way. A lot of people are not going to want to buy whatever you're selling, whether it's a service or a product, whatever it is. Most people are going to say no. That's just a fact. But that doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean you put your head down. No way. You don't put your head down. You don't give up. You keep smiling. You keep trying to sell. You find new ways. You find a better way to sell and all those kinds of things, because rejection is going to come. It's going to come hard and heavy. And I wish I would have known that too. Everything's not going to be peachy. If you think you're just going to come out of the gates and make all this money and life's going to be grand, it's very unrealistic. That's like winning the lottery. It's a lot of hard work, and it's step by step, and you climb a step, and then you fall down a step, and then you climb 2 steps, and you fall down a step. That's how business works, and that's how starting a business works. It's not easy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Over time, I hope to do more videos like this that will give you the step-by-step process in future months and whatnot, and talk about some of the things at that level. And then next year, talk about, once I've reached a year, which I'll reach a year being in business in November, around November. So I'll just kind of give an overview of everything. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this and you like the tips. Comment if you have any questions. I have a lot I can answer. And subscribers, thank you for watching now as always. Have a great day, guys.